Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is the second lecture in real analysis. So in the previous video lecture we have discussed about the definition of a metric space, right? And we discussed various other examples. The first one was the usual metric space and the second one was the discrete metric space. So in today's video lecture we will be discussing one more example on metric space. So the third example on metric space is, if we are given that we know that D under usual metric space is nothing but modulus of x minus y. Now what we are interested to prove is, so we need to prove that D under usual upon 1 plus D under usual, right? Let me call it as capital D, right? So it's just a name of xy. So I have to prove that this is a metric. This is a metric, right? So that is my task. So let us check whether it is a metric space or not, right? So from the first property we will move on. So we know that, so since D under usual, which is nothing but modulus of x minus y, and mod is something which is always greater than or equal to 0. So what I need to prove in the first property, first axiom, is capital D of xy must be greater than or equal to 0, right? That is the first axiom of a metric space, right? And we know that what is our capital D of xy, that is nothing but D under usual upon 1 plus D under usual, and D under usual is already greater than equal to 0, right? So 1 plus D under usual is also greater than 0. It is something which is positive. So this upon this is something which will come out to be a positive quantity for sure. So this is greater than or equal to 0. So this implies first axiom is A1 is satisfied. Now let us move to the second axiom. It was, let us recall that D of xy is equals to 0 if and only if x is equals to y. So this was the second property which we need to prove. Now let us apply this on the given metric. So we are given capital D of xy, right? What is capital D of xy? Taking capital D of xy is equals to 0. Now what is capital D of xy? That is D under usual metric space upon 1 plus D under usual. This is equals to 0. Now this thing will be equal to 0 if and only if D under usual is 0, and D under usual is 0 if and only if x is equals to y, because already D under u is a metric space, right? So I'm using this property. So the second axiom also get satisfied here. Now let us move to the third axiom. So the third axiom is about a symmetric property. The symmetric property is that capital D of xy must be equal to D of yx, right? Now we know that what is the value of this? This is D under usual. So this is D under usual upon 1 plus D under usual. And what is D under usual? That is modulus of x minus y, right? Upon 1 plus mod of x minus y. Now since mod of x minus y is equals to mod of y minus x, thing holds because we know that D under usual is a metric space, right? So the symmetric property always hold up there. So we can write it like modulus of y minus x, right, upon 1 plus modulus of y minus x. Now this is nothing but the definition of capital D of yx. So symmetric property also holds in this case. So the most important property is the triangles inequality. So let us try to prove the triangles inequality in this case also. So in order to prove, so let me write, to prove triangles inequality, what we need to show is that capital D of xy must be less than or equal to capital D of xz plus capital D of zy, right? For all x, y and z coming from the non-empty set x, right? Now just apply the definition of D of xy. This is nothing but D under usual upon 1 plus D under usual, right? And what is D under usual? We know that it is nothing but modulus of x minus y divided by 1 plus mod of x minus y. Now what you need to do is just add and subtract z from here. So you can write it down, x minus y plus z minus z, right, upon 1 plus mod of x minus y. Now since D under usual is already a metric space, so triangles inequality already hold up here. So triangles inequality holds here. So it means that mod of x minus y must always be less than or equal to modulus of x minus z plus modulus of z minus y. So I'll be using this thing here. right? But before that, we'll be adding and subtracting z in the denominator also, right? So let me write this step again. That is modulus of x minus y plus z minus z divided by 1 plus mod of x minus y plus z minus y, right? So now just combine these terms. So we know that this thing is which is less than or equal to mod of x minus z, right, plus mod of z minus y using this star, right, and denominator as it is. So now this thing can be written as x minus z plus z minus y upon 1 plus, just combine the terms here also, x minus z plus z minus y. So now in the next step, just separate the terms, right? So this thing will be less than or equal to x minus z divided by 1 plus mod of x minus z plus z minus y, right? Again plus modulus of z minus y divided by 1 plus mod of x minus z plus z minus y, right? So what I am trying to do here is I am trying to create this definition, right? I want to prove d of xz and d of zy, right? So at the end of the day, what I need to prove is d of xz plus d of zy, right? And what is d of xz? That is mod of x minus y divided by 1 plus mod of x minus y, sorry, z. Similarly, here also it should be modulus of z minus y divided by 1 plus mod of z minus y, right? So I need to reach till this step. Now there must be a relation in between these two inequalities, which one is larger and which one is smaller. Now you can observe here is, now if we reduce any term from the denominator, so obviously the next term will be less than or equal to the first term, right? Because in this term you can observe that we have two terms in the denominator, to be more precise, three terms in the denominator, right? So in the next step we are just considering two terms in the denominator, so obviously this term will be larger than the this term, previous term, right? And hence you have proved the triangles inequality also. So we can say that it satisfies all the axioms of a metric space, and hence we can say that d under usual upon 1 plus d under usual is a metric space. So if somebody asks you to create a new metric space from a given metric space, so what you need to do is you have a trick from right now, that if D is a metric space, so we can always say that D upon 1 plus D always is a, it always forms a metric space, right? So that is one of the trick which you can use in creating new metric spaces. So in the upcoming video lectures, I will be discussing few more examples dealing with the metric spaces. So I hope you have understood this video lecture. Thanks for watching the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more such videos. Thank you.